In this video, I would like to walk through the majority of a Hackintosh build and install from scratch. I would like to talk about the hardware I am using and how I am going about achieving the results. I have been creating Hackintosh computers for close to 10 years now. The methods have changed over the years, but the qualities it takes to achieve the success is the same. Time, patience, and a relentless perseverance. Warning: creating a Hackintosh is usually only for the fairly tech-savvy, and with enough time on their hands to work through the hurdles that inevitably will arise. Today we'll be using the latest and most stable method called OpenCore. But first, let's talk about my hardware. I will install macOS on a current hardware that is already running Big Sur. For the purposes of this tutorial, I found an extra PNY solid-state hard drive that has been erased. I will remove my current disk from the computer and use this one for the install. My current computer is a Cooler Master case running on an Asus Z87 Pro motherboard. The motherboard comes with onboard Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. However, these are incompatible with macOS. For Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and AirPlay compatibility, I have purchased and installed a FV-T919 PCIe card. The current macOS and Windows SSDs installed now will be disconnected in favor of the PNY. For the installer, I will use a USB thumb drive. This particular one is 32 gigabytes in size. Since many of the Hackintoshers out there may not have access to running macOS system, I will attempt for the first time to create the installer right from a Windows computer. First things first, familiarize yourself with the D'Artagnan OpenCore guide. Learn your hardware front and back. Take your time and again, remain patient no matter what. Prerequisites: time and patience, check. CPU name and generation. Mine is a 4th generation Core i7, nicknamed Haswell. GPU is an Asus NVIDIA GeForce 650 Ti. Storage device is a 240 GB PNY solid-state hard drive. Ethernet chip is an Intel Gigabit LAN chip. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on the motherboard will be disabled in favor of the native compatibility of the FenV card. Start in the Creating the USB section. Download the debug version of OpenCore. Download ProperTree. This configuration software should be the only thing that you use to edit your config.p list. Please do not use anything else, not even a text editor. Download Rufus. Follow the instructions on how to wipe your USB thumb drive. Next, extract the OpenCore debug zip. One thing you will need is Python installed. If you have not already installed it, download and install Python. Be sure to check the part where it asks you to install it to the system path. Next, open a command prompt and change your directory to the Mac recovery folder within the OpenCore directory structure. Run and download the command provided in the guide. Go to the USB drive and delete the auto run files. Create a com.apple.recovery.boot folder. Copy in the base system chunk list and DMG files. Copy in the EFI folder. Next, delete all the unneeded files that came in the EFI folder. All the while, read carefully each instruction in the manual. Download all the required text folders. For initial installation, I tend to choose the debug version of these drivers. For convenience, and the sake of this tutorial, I am downloading the pre-built ACPI files for my hardware. I recommend using SSDT time, however, at least once you have macOS installed and are running on your actual hardware. Grab the needed EFI files also. Next, copy in your sample.plist and call it config.plist. Open it up in Proper Tree. Delete the top warning messages. Start by creating the file from an OpenCore snapshot. This will grab the drivers you have added to your EFI folder and configure them here. Next, you must thoroughly go through each setting and make sure it is correct for your hardware. Once you think you are done, hit eject and bring your thumb drive over to the Hackintosh computer, which should be connected, powered off, but ready to go. First, go to the UEFI BIOS Advanced area and make sure all the settings are there correct according to the guide. Next, choose the UEFI OS from the thumb drive as the boot device. Wait a minute for OpenCore to boot and select the installer. Wait a good amount of time to reach the macOS installer. This is the part where things usually hang or fail. To handle any issues, Google it and find a solution, or search through the Dortania troubleshooting section. Work through each issue and change your config.plist as needed until you are able to reach the installer. This part takes anywhere from 5 minutes to 5 hours to 5 days to 5 weeks. If it's your first Hackintosh, do not be discouraged. Once you reach the installer, congratulations, the hardest part is accomplished. Choose Disk Utility and format your SSD as APFS and give it a name like Macintosh SSD. Install the operating system to this disk. Wait for up to 45 minutes and several reboots for the OS to install. If you see this screen, you've done really well. The OS is now installed on your hard disk and it's time to configure your system. Once you have configured your system, you'll want to follow the post-install guide from Dortania. This involves installing the EFI folder to your SSD's EFI partition and using release versions of drivers. It also involves configuring USB and other steps not discussed in this video. Let's get the OS to boot right from the main disk. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you find any of this useful, please subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up. If there are any other topics you would like to be covered in the future, please leave a comment below. Thanks and talk to you next time.